The Cheating Death Podcast is a satirical podcast containing objective and true information about anything and everything from under the sun. We are not religious, nor are we political. We are merely tiny bit litigious and very analytical. Your discretion in this matter is advised. We censor ourselves for no one, for this is the Cheating Death Podcast. On today's episode of the Cheating Death Podcast, we get into summer body tips, for we have now reached the time where the 4-month span of the warmest weather is giving us an opportunity to show how hard that we have worked to show our bodies and our vascularity and our growth and encouragement situations, of course. Given the nature of these times, we are also going to include 5 more summer cocktails. We're going to give you an all-new Annihilation Announcement, a new business spotlight, and of course, what would this episode be without a joke? Dear listener, by now you know what to do. Grab yourself a nice coffee, pick up your feet, and put them on that table, and let us tell you how you can cheat death. This is your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is your Annihilation Announcement. We, as a species, have been on this planet for a lot longer than any scientist is really truly 100% sure of. Each and every single era, every period, every chapter that we live as a species, we have more opportunity to do good and to do great things within the confines of this sphere in which we all dwell upon. However, there are numerous instances, opportunities, and evidentiary statements that describe this is not the case with the majority of humanity. The majority of humanity, in succinct nature and explanation, are just a bunch of people who are trying to do their very best to get to the end of the day to have a decent life. Meanwhile, you have the majority of those in control in whom are doing absolutely everything that they possibly can in order to ensure that the vast majority of those in whom want a better life do not get one. It does not matter whether or not it revolves around the idea and or the notion that it is just a middle-class individual trying to get themselves into the upper echelon. No. These types of situations, these types of ideas, these types of motions and or situations are not easily defeatable. They are not conquerable by standard means. You have to dig deep and you have to find a way to almost cheat the system. You have to really truly dig and configure exactly how you, dear soul, are going to identify the parameters and the limits to what you are willing to go to achieve your goal, to achieve your metrics, your proverbial life KPIs, if you will. It is not an easy life for anyone in whom is dwelling upon this planet and whom makes under $100,000 a year in your respective country. But the one true thing that has remained consistent throughout the portion of human history to where we were able to communicate through more than just grunts is that we are resilient. We are strong. We will fight. And one of the most horrible and ominous aspects of our life as of this current modern era is that so many people are zombified and they have refused to continue to try to succeed. People are feeling more and more defeated. They are feeling more decimated and destroyed. We as a species need to do better. We need to configure. We need to fight. And we need to be there for each other. How is it that we are going to achieve this? That is up to each individual to configure alone. All we must do is be more understanding, more empathetic, and more caring. It is not a difficult task. It is not arduous to care for other people. So, dear listener, when you find yourself in a rough place and you are trying to do your best, just remember, you are loved, you are valued, you are cared for, and your resilience has not even reached its zenith. This has been your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this has been your Annihilation Announcement. Willkommen, meine Freunde. Guten Morgen, guten Tage und eine gute Nacht. Ist deine Reisende und deine Ausländer und deine Allesfresser, deine Cleric of Chaos. And today, dear listener, we are focusing on the agenda, the itinerary, the ever so effervescent and beautiful pulchritudinous idea and practical application of how to acquire your summer body. Gonna provide you a little bit of a tip here and there, bit of advice, maybe a couple of things that you may or may not have already tried, but given the nature and the situation of the time that we all find ourselves in this summer, ladies and gentlemen, it is imperative that we give ourselves enough time to truly embrace how we look, who we are, and exactly how we can make that work to our benefit. Summer bodies, ladies and gentlemen, we all look at them, we all love them, we all hope that we have a good summer body to ourselves. Now, there are numerous ways that one can go about achieving a summer body, so to speak. There are numerous ways in which we can identify and specifically point out exactly how to achieve that chiseled physique that you want. Though, as mentioned in previous episodes at the end when we do our lovely little sign-off, life is not a one-track solution. There is no boilerplate identifying factor that will eliminate all of the obstacles into creating the perfect summer body. Dear no, absolutely not. In these types of dynamics and situations, you have to look from within and see exactly what it is that your body is asking you to do to get that weight off, to get that tone, to get that development, to get that point to where you can look yourself in the mirror and say, all right, I'm good. First things first. When you are looking at building a summer body, if you are already in a position where you feel as if you are a tiny bit overweight, or if you are overweight, for lack of a better term, there are easy things that you can do to begin the process slowly and gently so as to not over-encumber yourself. Step number 1. Make every attempt to eliminate all sodas and carbonated beverages immediately. 2. Reduce the amount of sugar you consume in a day. If not, eliminate it if you are capable of doing so. But a reduction over the course of a couple of weeks to a month will show progress as well. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean stop eating everything with sugar. Having an apple every now and then, maybe having some blueberries or strawberries or a peach is okay. But what I'm referring to here, ladies and gentlemen, is more specifically the issue around processed sugars, the lovely cookies and the biscuits and the sweet treats that we all have. You know, those beverages that we get from the coffee shop with a lot of sugar in it. I'm talking about those too. Especially if you're going to get an iced coffee, I would highly recommend, if you get the regular standard 1-to-1 ratio, that you go half on the half sweet, because what will happen then is that you will start to acclimate. Your body will start to respond positively to having lower sugar amounts. Your body will start to respond and it will start to change internally. Once you get yourself on a path of reducing your sugar and you have stopped with the oversaturation of putting a whole bunch of additives into your foods and such, the next step, generally speaking, is to start looking at your diet. Now, this is absolutely one of those situations to where it is more unique and specific to you than the other elements and aspects of this particular episode. But understand this, dear listener. When you look at the amount of food one consumes, we always look at it from a perspective of, oh, we need to be so full that we feel like we're about to burst. No, absolutely not. The average adult requires approximately 2,000 to 2,500 calories per day. Most adults in the United States of America, specifically within the Southern Bible Belt regions, consume almost 2 to 3 times that amount. So, knowing that the identity and the understanding of each and every single calorie you consume, writing it down, doing the whole calorie in, calorie out thing, it works for some people, but again, that solution is not a one-size-fits-all. What you should do is take time, experiment with different practices, different regimens, different procedures, different training tactics. Walk every day. Doesn't matter how far, doesn't matter how long, just walk. You don't need to go to the gym every day. You don't need to go to the gym at all. You could literally do at-home calisthenics, resistance exercises, yoga, stretches, and so much more. Given the nature and dynamics of the scenario and our economic trying times, it is obviously best to do whatever you can within the confines of your economic means in order to achieve these means. But this isn't a situation to where you need $1,000 a week or a whole bunch of gym equipment. No, you just need to reduce the amount of sugar that you consume, reduce the amount of additives that you consume, eat more small meals throughout the day, 3 to 5 if you are able to, very small meals that'll keep your metabolism going, drink as much water as you can, remain fit and active. Almost everything else will be unique and specific to you, and it is a little bit of a testing and an evaluation phase. So if you find yourself looking to get some summer body going by the end of June, be easy on yourself. Do not allow yourself to fall for the lovely mistake of the brain where it feels as if it is insurmountable. No. If you're trying your best, and if you are doing what you can, inevitably, you will reach your goal. Thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourselves and each other. At the top of the list, we promised you a list of 5 more cocktails, given that it is the summer, and without further ado, we are going to dive right in. Coming in at number 5, we had the Sex on the Beach. Coming in at number 4, we have the Mojito. Coming in at number 3, we have the Blueberry Screwdriver. Coming in at number 2, we of course have the Old Fashioned. And coming in at number 1, one of the absolutely fantastic and most underrated cocktails of all time, the Paloma Cocktail. What is your email and your preference for the lovely beverages that you see fit? Would you like to receive a regular weekly email of the best bars and locations? By all means, let us know. But if you would like to send your list in, feel free to email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. Today's joke has been brought to you by the Cleric of Chaos. They often say that graveyards are a little bit crowded, and you ask yourself why. Well, it turns out everyone is just dying to get in. Today's business spotlight is brought to you by Chaos from Deutschland Venture Capital, CRDVC. Are you a corporation looking to reduce liability with respect to employee retention? By all means, feel free to give us an email at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com or THEMRSONG@gmail.com. Identify the specific needs in which you require, and we are more than happy to provide you with services at a lovely rate. Whether it be planning your next corporate event, or whether you require photography for a wedding, a funeral, or a graduation, or any type of event in between, by all means, send us your query, send us your information in which you wish to capture the perfect moment, and we will do anything and everything we can to ensure that you have a beautiful moment in memory. Our first business on the business spotlight today is a long-standing business provider of the Toronto, Ontario, all the hungry, lovely souls. Yes, we are, of course, talking about Franz, which is, of course, located at 10 College Street here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, absolutely phenomenal breakfast every which way, and any type of meal that could make your day. Open each and every single day of the week with a rooftop bar that gives you the absolutely beautiful view of downtown Yonge and College. This is an absolutely exceptional restaurant for you to embark upon, whether it be 3 a.m. or 2 p.m., or whether it be at the beautiful precipice of 7:30 in the morning, and all you want to do is get yourself coffee and a bagel. By all means, give friends a try. At 20 College Street in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. 20 College Street in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And of course, next, we are going to reference our lovely friends right next door at 10 College Street, pardon the pun, and pardon the absolutely lovely error that was provided earlier. We do not believe in covering for mistakes, because the W Burger Bar has everything to raise the stakes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, open from Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. We are looking at one of the greatest bars in the history of Toronto, Ontario. For $9.99, you can get yourself a burger with all the toppings and a lovely vat of French fries for just $10. Add yourself a pint of beer for just $2.25. $19.98 prices right there, and you have yourself an outstanding deal. Remember that they also have a happy hour between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. each day. They have $9.99 fishbowl cocktails, which are absolutely out of this world. And they also provide you with an excellent opportunity to switch up the meat on your burger to just about anything under the sun. So if you are hungry and you are in the Bay Corridor, we highly recommend that you go and visit our friends at the W Burger Bar. And of course, what else would we be remiss to mention other than the Ottawa, Ontario Leviathan of Oopsie's Chocolate? For as low as $7, you are able to get yourself a bar of some of the most succulent and or decadent chocolate known to man. What we recommend is go on over and follow Oopsies_chocolate at Instagram. Head on over to their website, bookmark it, and order it up. If you are looking to order from British Columbia, it is not an issue because they ship nationwide, and there is absolutely no opportunity for you to get a better chocolate bar than by taking advantage of the sweet deals that they regularly have. Head on over, give them a subscribe, a follow, and tell them the Cheating Death Podcast sent you. Our final business for today, a long-standing friend of the program, an outstanding business leader, and a local legend. Steve's Catering over across from Nathan Phillips Square, City Hall in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, also known as Steve's Fries, one of the greatest providers of food, restaurateur, catering services, as well as food truck services, serving everyone across the GTA with a home-standing location just right outside of City Hall. Grab yourself a vat of fries for just $2.50, or grab yourself a hot dog for $2.50. You want to get yourself a hot dog and fries? No problem, dear listener. That'll only be about $4.50. Having a wide variety of foods, catering, and lovely options for those gluten-free, lovely days. Give your friends at Steve's Catering a try. Head on down to Nathan Phillips Square and give them a little bit of conversation, and they will be more than happy to see exactly what they can do to serve your needs. This has been your Business Spotlight. If you'd like to have your business featured, email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. Fitness is one of those beautiful endeavors where it is so entirely subjective and unique to the individual in whom is partaking in the activity that how we go about accomplishing our goals and identifying exactly how it is that we are going to reach that next physiological target to be nothing more than a challenge, a mountain to climb, an obelisk in which we must gaze upon in order to understand its meaning. Dear listener, there are no other ways for you to truly encapsulate and or identify exactly what it is you need to do other than really configuring, identifying and figuring out how you are going to do it. Exactly what works for you, how you are able to configure your situation with all of the other things that you must do in any given day. There are no easy answers for anyone in the world of fitness. There are no easy solutions for weight loss. There is no cheat code for reducing your caloric intake other than putting the effort in. It is to be duly noted that whenever one tries to do their best to give themselves an opportunity to be lean, mean, and pristine, that sometimes things may take a little bit longer than what they had anticipated. During these times, it is imperative that we focus and we channel our energy towards what we are able to compartmentalize, into what we are able to control, into what we are able to truly see results from. For you see, dear listener, when it comes to summer bodies and the tips in order to curate and to shape those bodies into what you need, there are no boilerplate templates. There is only you and the path that you decide to embark upon. Thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourselves and each other. The Cheating Death Podcast has been brought to you by Nacht dem Leben, CRDVC, Cleric Chaos, somewhere you can find all the podcasts on all platforms. If you would like to support the program either through a one-time donation or a monthly Buy Me a Coffee subscription, you may do so at the links in the episode's description, where you can also acquire a cameo, merchandise, and much, much more. Please follow each and every single one of our friends at the pinned profile post on our Twitter, as well as in the links in the episodes and in the podcast description. They would be very grateful for your support. If you or anyone you know is experiencing psychiatric duress or gambling abuse or substance withdrawal, please contact any one of the toll-free numbers listed within the episodes and podcast description. If you are looking at adopting a playful puppy or a cute kitten, rounding out the summer with some whimsy and wonder, by all means, please visit your local animal adoption rescue center. They are in dire need of your support. And dear listener, you have heard this time and time again, but life is not a one-track road. It is not easily identifiable, and nor is it easily achievable to identify the obstacles, to overcome them by going through them. But one thing is for sure. You, dear listener, possess the spirit, the strength, and the overall resilience to pass through. And remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together.